Welcome to American Medicine Today. I'm Ethan Euchre.
And I'm Kimberly Brumell. We're here at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium on the beautiful Gulf Coast of Florida, where inspiring rescue work of marine life is conducted. It also happens to be a major tourist attraction for the area. And here to show us around is the CEO of the aquarium, David Yates. Thanks for having us, David.
Thanks for being here. Glad to have you.
In general, what does CMA do?
Our mission and our work is very unique. We're best known for what we call the 3 R's: rescue, rehab, and release of marine life.
They also focus on public education, conservation, research, and inspiration.
So those 5 things can comprise what we do, and guests can basically come watch us, see us do those things.
It's a very interesting concept, really, if you think about it, because how many quote-unquote tourist attractions and things like that are actual functioning hospitals and rehabilitation centers?
Yeah, it's very unique, and it really is kind of sets us apart from what we're about.
With their open door policy of allowing the public to watch surgeries on endangered species, CMA staff hope to inspire awareness of the fragile marine life environment.
And give them kind of a teaching moment. So they want them to have fun, enjoy themselves while they're here. But when you see us doing surgery on a endangered species sea turtle or doing some rehab work on an otter or dolphin, beyond being cool, it's inspiring.
One of their greatest success stories became the feature focus of a major film, Dolphin.
Winter was only 2 months old when she was rescued back in 2005 after being caught in the ropes of a crab trap near Cape Canaveral, Florida.
So what happened is one of the ropes that caught around her body from the crab trap rope caught, if this is her tail and this is the base of her body called the peduncle, the rope caught right there, cut off the blood flow to the tail flukes, this area.
She was basically given zero chance for survival.
We literally thought every day, it was hour by hour, she wasn't going to make it. We had 4-hour shifts, our crews would come on, and they assumed when they came back for the next shift, she probably would be gone.
Her will to live was stronger than anything CMA staff had ever seen, and after months of agonizing recuperation, the little dolphin figured out how to swim without a tail.
I turned to my team and said, this is crazy. I mean, this dolphin shouldn't live for days, much less weeks and months now. I said, we need to tell this story to the world. When in the meantime, Winter's like, okay, I can't swim like I used to. Dolphins are made to swim up and down, right, with the tail flips. And when she went up and down, she splashed water but got no propulsion. But she realized, you know what? If I go side to side now and the other way, I have more body mass and I can get more propulsion that way. Learn to swim in a brand new way.
The good news was it gave Winter a much stronger chance for survival. The bad news was her unnatural new way of swimming would eventually cause her further medical issues.
We started throwing out the idea, which made sense to at least talk about, could we make her a tail?
It should be noted that this wasn't the first ever tail designed for a dolphin, but it was certainly the most difficult. 2 years before Winter, a 700-pound dolphin named Fuji from Japan received a prosthetic tail after losing most of her flukes to a strange disease. However, Winter's case was far more severe, as she was also missing 2 vertebrae in her peduncle. And so you got a hold of the people at Hanger?
We got a call from a guy named Kevin Carroll who works for Hanger Clinic.
Hanger Clinic is the country's most successful supplier, manufacturer, and designer of human prosthetics.
We brought them in, we brought in our team, some other experts, marine mammal experts, veterinarians, and sat in a room about 100 feet from here, and I said, guys, we're going to make this happen. Nobody's done this like this before, but Winter has not given up on herself. We're going to create a tail for her somehow.
Though the flukes had already been designed by the Bridgestone Tire Company for Fuji, the Japanese dolphin, there was no blueprint for attaching the flukes to Winter. They were going to have to overcome that problem with a major feat of engineering.
It's always great to be the first to do something, too.
It is.
Intimidating, but great when it succeeds.
It's a little bit scary in the sense of how do we do this, but we knew we'd find some new things out and maybe solve some other problems along the way also. This is the current tail we have right now. The original tail we had looked nothing like this.
Like you literally just took this off of Winter.
This is still wet because Winter was wearing it a little bit ago, so I dried it off the best I can, but it's got winter water on it right now. It's changed over the years many, many times for 2 reasons. Number one, she was still growing, and we had to increase that, and she wears it out, but also every time we use a prototype, we learned how to make it better.
Winter's prosthetic would not only have to be rehabilitated for her back and tail, but also something she would want to wear.
Our biggest challenge we had from day one, we had to answer, how do we make this stay on? Because there's nothing to attach it to.
Correct.
Right? Her body looks like this. There's nothing to attach it to. We couldn't do anything invasive. We couldn't put pins and needles and staples in her. How do we make it stay on? But there's a competing issue. How do we make it not hurt?
Thus, the creation of Winter's Gel, a special silicone sleeve developed for the cushioning between Winter's body and the prosthetic.
It's very soft, very sticky. You can feel that. It stretches as far as we want. You literally cannot break this.
Oh, wow.
It's very sticky, and it's designed, this goes over her body to protect her skin first, and that is designed to really be a sleeve in the sense of any human who wears artificial arm or leg has a liner. This really is kind of her liner in that sense, made just for her, brand new material.
The prosthetic is comfortably affixed to Winter using mostly suction and one Velcro strap.
We have to make it a positive experience for her. If she doesn't enjoy it, she'll refuse it. If she refuses it, we won't have the benefit of getting her back better.
While the material was specifically designed for Winter, it was discovered to have benefits for all amputees, human and animal alike.
Today, there are thousands and thousands of people walking around using Winter's gel to solve their pain in their artificial legs. I can find every day that people walk in and show me Winter's gel that they're using with their artificial legs around here.
And they didn't realize, obviously, again, it was designed for Winter, and by mistake, you figure out, wow, it can be used on people as well.
Never planned that way, but Kevin had the idea of, well, hold on a second, if it works for Winter, let me try it.
What is the goal for these prostheses? Are you trying to make it something that never has to be removed from her, that she can swim around with it all day?
Winter will always have to wear a tail, because when she swims without the tail again, it causes more and more damage.
Though it isn't necessary to wear all the time, much like human amputees where the prosthetics aren't worn when sleeping or during other daily activities.
But she'll always have to wear it, otherwise the concern is her back could eventually get so damaged it could actually freeze up. And that's why it's been our concern. So this really is a big, big deal for her. It's really a very organic version of physical therapy for her, is what it is.
Julie Wendt is an animal care specialist who works with resident dolphins, otters, and pelicans. Julie assists in Winter's daily physical therapy and exercise.
Part of her life is physical therapy and exercise. So she has a condition called kyphosis, which is the downward curvature of the spine. The back of her body looks like this, and it's a condition that's progressive, and we know that. So part of the training that we do is cooperative care and voluntary management of that condition. We work with her and interact with her to do physical therapy. We stretch out that lower part of her body, and we also put on her prosthetic tail as a form of exercise. She adapted to her body without a tail right away, but because she was so young, she didn't get enough time with her mom to learn all the skills necessary for survival. So that's the ultimate reason why she can't be re-released.
Because she doesn't know how to survive.
Yeah, she doesn't know what to do. So because I'm not a dolphin, I can't teach her dolphin-specific things like how to use your echolocation, how to navigate the ocean, how to find food to actually hunt it. And also she has the added disability of not having a tail. So let's say she did have those resources. If she were to get re-released, she might not survive anyway. So she became a permanent resident, meaning she gets a second chance at life, and we take care of her. And we always take the animal's best interest in mind. We want what's best for the animal. We want them to have a quality life. And so when we rehabilitate an animal, it's hard to make decisions because sometimes the appropriate decision is to euthanize. Maybe it's not a good opportunity because they won't have a chance at a good quality of life. But Winter showed us that she could persevere and overcome, and that we were able to provide her with a high quality life that she can thrive in.
Well, I think that's what's so inspiring about Winter's story and the dolphin tale is that, you know, she should have died probably.
Yes,
absolutely.
She should have. In fact, it was recommended that she be euthanized because her injuries were so great that it was kind of like, this is hopeless. This is a hopeless situation. There's nothing we can do for her. And Winter thought otherwise. She was like, nope,
she's a fighter.
I'm gonna live and I'm gonna be great.
Due to the team of people who tirelessly work to bring Winter's prosthetic tail from concept to reality, she now swims happily at CMA just like her fellow dolphins, ensuring her a longer and healthier life.
And you have a lot of big things going on here at CMA. Tell us about your expansion plans. It's pretty exciting.
Our rescue rehab release work, our core work is just blown up. The dolphins kind of make the headlines, but most of our rehab, the 3 R's work, rescue, rehab, and release, are actually sea turtles. We rescue more of those quantity-wise. And we've had more intakes for rehab on the hospital side here at CMA in the first 3 months of the year than any other full year. We don't know why that is, but our work is booming right now. So we need more space for the animals and also for our guests that come see us. So we're starting an expansion right now. It's going to entail the obvious, a parking garage, but also a more animal room, and also a 1.5 million gallon habitat for our rescued dolphins. The only dolphins we have here are non-releasable, ones that we rescued that won't survive back in the wild. So we're building a much bigger dolphin habitat, some rooms for education, for research, and so on. And we're also trying to privatize the waterway outside CMA.
And what you can do with that is it's basically a channel out here that connects to the ocean. So it's natural salt water, it's a natural environment.
Exactly.
And you could just sort of fence it in and allow the animals to hang out in there, right?
Exactly. It's a natural habitat. It's much better for the animals. It's where we want to go. We only build the facilities we need if we have to have them. So if we accomplish that, we'll have a lot more room for guests, but importantly for our core animal work also. And we're starting that really right now.
With major expansion already in progress, the Clearwater Marine Aquarium hopes to continue providing the highest level of care for our precious marine life for many years to come. If you'd like to learn more about winter and the great work that goes on at CMA, visit seawinter.com. We appreciate you letting us stop by and
Yes.
see winter. Kimberly got to
I loved it. I was
see her up close
this
and personal.
close.
It's your lifetime memory moment right there. So
It absolutely is. Thank you so much.
thanks for being here. Appreciate that.
Make sure you stay tuned because coming up after the break, our Back to Life segment.